folks, in today's video we are going to be exploring Jira Align's new roadmap functionality. It's currently in beta release on the Jira Align platform, and I'm super excited about the evolution from the previous roadmap experience. It's definitely living up to all those base level expectations that we have from the other roadmap experiences across the Atlassian platform. And just before we delve into it, let's just have a look at the old roadmap already so we can kind of see how that looks. I'm not going to delve into all the functionality in this video of the old roadmap, but we can kind of see how the work's visualized, that ability to go down into the next level of the work. But yeah, if you want to see more of that, I will share a link below to a previous session that explores the roadmap. Alrighty, let's jump into the new roadmap experience. We can see already that from a UX experience, it is much sleeker. Now you're seeing me scrolling back in time. I need a refresh on my demo environments. I'm just waiting on that. So I'm going to travel back in time in my time machine back to 2024. And I'll just close down this panel. Before we do get into the roadmap, for those that are new to Jira Align is an application that sits within the strategy collection from Atlassian alongside Atlassian Focus and Atlassian Talents, and it is a suite of applications that bring together your people, so your talents, your work, in the context of time, your goals and outcomes, your strategy, your funds, your systems, and how you report. So it's bringing together all that information and connecting that strategic information to your execution. So that's real-time data from your teams working day to day within Jira, or maybe another third-party tool, connecting that all together so you've got that real-time connection, that golden thread all the way from strategy to execution, and you can really trust in the data that you're using to make key and decisions that really ripple across your organization and beyond. Alrighty, so these roadmaps, if you think about this in that context, are really about building enterprise level plans. They might be at a portfolio level, that might be multi-portfolio, it's definitely multi-program. We could build a program type roadmap in Jira plans, but we can't really bring together multi-program views, and we definitely can't bring together multi-portfolio views, and in the context of all that, those other components or facets of strategy. So we're thinking multi-portfolio, multi-program, multi-value stream, multi-team of teams in terms of the type of roadmap. And the type of conversations that we're going to be having with this information, with teams, with programs, with value stream leaders, with different stakeholders, in terms of the information that we're communicating and the decisions that we might need to make. So this roadmap, we are looking at, we're looking at the digital portfolio. So when I look at the digital portfolio in the team hierarchy, this is a multi-program view. So in this configuration, we've got programs in here that comprise the portfolio, and those programs are made up of multiple teams. So these programs in your context might be programs, or they could be value streams, they might be tribes, they might be team of teams. So it's just important to sort of set the context in terms of the scale of the roadmap that we're looking at right now. And before we finish the video, I'll look at a multi-portfolio or an enterprise level view of the roadmap as well. Alrighty, so just some key things in terms of experience. This ability to drag and drop these columns, or expand them, is base level expectation, but it's really nice to see this roadmap become more modernized and evolve over time with Atlassian. When we look at this, we're looking at the work in this column, and we're looking at initiatives and the underpinning features. I can go all the way up to a third level of themes and look at this from maybe a more strategic nature. And again, I'm going to travel back in time so I can see all my themes here, and operationalizing AI is super important. So let's delve down into that theme. Let's see all our initiatives, we can delve down into this AI for improving call center interactions and all the features that's comprised of that. On this specific initiative, we're seeing milestones. So I just hover over this. I kind of had a sense straight away that these were milestones. I can see that there's 2 of them. Again, on the old experience, this just showed up as one icon. It was a little star, and you had to actually hover over it to see that there was 2 icons or 2 milestones. So a bit different in experience, but definitely improved. And if I open this up or click on it, I can see a wee bit more detail on these milestones, and I can, if I want, go in and edit these milestones. So again, depending on what you want to do, if you just want to consume this at a high level, or if you want to delve into the detail of the roadmap and maybe adjust information, we can do this all within a couple of clicks of your mouse. Alrighty, so we've got our 2 milestones here. I've got a 3rd milestone on over here to the right hand side, and we can see it's called the beta release. And when I click into this milestone is slightly different. It's got a start date, and as a result, we get to see that visualized on the initiative roadmap bar here. And again, I can click into this and I can edit it. So maybe we are doing this beta release and we want to take it to like a roadshow and demo this new release over functionality, and maybe we've already done that, so we can edit this live and say that it's no longer on track, it's completed. And that's going to update our roadmap, and we're going to have a little tick in the milestone box, and when we click on this, we don't see that line anymore. So again, some nice visualization of the information on this roadmap. Now straight away, I can see I've got features here that don't or aren't being displayed on the roadmap. So I could go in and interrogate the feature, but instead I'm going to use the suggested dates functionality, and it's going to show us these little bars, and it's showing us suggested dates. Now these aren't being pulled out of thin air. These are related to planning intervals or quarterly intervals that have been set on these features. Or if I scroll down, I've got some initiatives here. Again, it's showing me suggested dates for these initiatives, and it's based on the planning intervals. So maybe we've been on our planning event. If you're doing SAFE or some sort of big room planning or quarterly planning, and you've set those quarterly increments or planning intervals on your pieces of work, and now you're coming in to adjust your roadmap, you've not quite set the dates, and this just makes it easy to update the roadmap. So from here I can click set that date, I can submit, and it's let me know that I'm updating one initiative. I'll confirm that. It's going to set these dates. It's now on the roadmap, and if I click into this initiative, I should be expecting to see I think at least 3 planning intervals. I couldn't see that last date. So this reflects those kind of dates in terms of the start and stop dates of those intervals. Now I'm looking at my roadmap. I've set those suggested dates. I've got these additional columns, which are great. I can expand and contract them if I want. I can make them a wee bit smaller to give myself a wee bit more of a view on the roadmap. I'll pull this back. But I also might want to expand my view of the roadmap and look at it in, or maybe I want to be more granular and look at it in weeks. So expand it out. You can see this now by calendar dates, or maybe I want to look at this from a more sort of 100-mile view or mile-high view, and I've got these segments on the roadmaps now that are multi-month, so 3-month segments. So again, I can zoom right out or zoom right in depending on the conversations or the information that I need to consume. Now, I talked about planning intervals, talked about people doing quarterly planning or planning interval planning, and I might want to have conversations around the roadmap from a planning interval perspective. So maybe I'm going into a planning interval planning event or a quarterly planning event, and I want to look back at the previous quarter to talk about those key successes, where we didn't maybe meet our commitments, and what are the impacts as we look forward into the next planning interval or into the next quarter. So from here, I probably want to look down at that sort of month view. I'll go back in time a wee bit already, and let's set up the planning intervals. Now I can show all planning intervals if I want, or I can be quite specific and say I just want to look at the current one that's in progress and the future one. So let's imagine we're finishing QI-5 and we're going into QI-6 and we're having that type of conversation. So maybe we're actually doing some refinements with portfolio and product leaders and our teams. I just opened up the planning interval. So maybe we're doing some refinements and we want to look at, let's see, so we're looking at themes all the way down. So maybe we want to look at from an initiative perspective, and I want to travel back in time. And let me turn off some of these columns. So maybe I want to understand the states. So what's in progress, what's done, what's not started. And now we can have some good conversations around our initiatives. So that's opening up on one click. So we're looking back at QI-5 and we're looking forward into QI-6, and we want to see our initiatives and then any associated features underneath it in terms of what state they're at. So we can set the direction based on where we've been and have those conversations with the teams or the value streams in that planning and full planning event as well. So far, super intuitive in terms of being able to build out these different views. It would be nice if this, unless I'm making a mistake, this looks like it opens every time. Maybe that's intentional, maybe it's not. But it'd be nice if I had an option just to click on this and it give me this nice view of where that planning interval sits within the calendar months. Alrighty, so we looked at the different view settings, the columns. We can do filtering here as well, so I might want to filter on everything. So again, thinking about going into that planning interval, I might want to look at everything that is not started. Alrighty, so our backlog, and I want to think about, okay, how are we going to sequence these, or maybe these are our initiatives. Our different features, these are ready to start, okay. So how do we start to sequence these or think about these as we look forward into our next planning interval? Alrighty, so this is us looking at the work. We can now look at this from an outcome perspective. And again, this is a step change from the previous roadmap where you could group by objectives or you could visualize objectives in terms of like their plans or targets completion dates. But we couldn't look at a specific objective, and in this case a portfolio objective, and see all the work that sits underneath that objective. So again, I can delve down into these items. I can see the initiatives that sit underneath that portfolio objective, and again I can see the features that sit underneath that. And if I want to, I can open up this continuously improve organization clarity objective. It's on track, but maybe I want to understand the key results, how they're progressing, or maybe I want to understand this objective and see how those key results are progressing. And as well, if it's not progressing the way we're expecting to see it progress, what are the different things that may be contributing to that? So is it blocked? No, but hold on a second, we've got all these dependencies. We've got block dependency here, we've got some that are proposed but not committed, and we've only got one dependency that we've committed to and it's done. So we're starting to see risk here around this objective just by clicking into the roadmap and understanding other elements other than just the initiatives and how the initiatives are progressing. So we can see these dependencies, we can see some risks here, and again, if we want to, we can delve right into this, understand why this dependency is blocked, and start to take some action around it. Alrighty, so that's the roadmap, the new experience. I'm excited about it. Looking forward to seeing how it evolves. And before we finish, I did promise I would look at a strategy level view. So if I go up into the strategy level, so we're going to be looking across 3 portfolios. Each of these portfolios have multiple I'm not assigned to the teams in there. They've got multiple programs, multiple teams within them. So I'm expecting now so I'm not going to go into the strategy room, I want to go into the roadmap. I want to see this roadmap from an enterprise strategy perspective. Again, I'm going back in time. So back into 2024. So I can see all my strategic themes, and again, if I delve down into this, I can see the specific initiatives and the specific features. And at this level, I probably do want to move up into that 3-month view. And I can start to consume this information and again delve into the areas that I need to give attention. Folks, that is the new beta roadmap from Atlassian and Jira Align. I'm interested in terms of what you've seen. What else would you like to see in this roadmap? I've got a few ideas myself, but I'm keen to know what you're thinking. If you've not used this, maybe you're using the old roadmap experience, maybe you've not used Jira Align at all. Just keen to understand what your thoughts are. If you'd like me to explore any other functionality in the tool, I've got a kind of roadmap in terms of video sessions that I'm going to be publishing, but keen to get your input into that. And yeah, folks, let me know in the comments and I will share a link to the other video there of the old roadmap. Thanks, folks.